Hey, what's going on, guys? Back again with another one talking about health, wealth, happiness, success, getting money, getting rich, all the good things in life. And in this video, I wanted to touch on the difference between cash flow and net worth, because I think a lot of people got the game backwards. I follow a couple pages on Instagram, real estate pages, and I seen a comment and it was just like, oh, I own a bunch of properties and my net worth is crazy high, but I'm cash poor and I love it. And I was like, I responded to the comment. I was like, you got the game backwards. Like, what do you mean? Like, who cares about net worth? It's all about the cash flow. And they were like, oh, well, people think about it differently. And I'm just all like, I still didn't understand, right? Let's just say you own 5 houses and they're about $500,000 a piece. So your net worth is $2.5 million. But after property taxes, after the mortgage, after the management fees, you're only netting $100 a month per property. You're only cash flowing $500 a month. Like, who cares if your net worth is $2.5 million if it only makes you $500 a month, right? I was just like, the net worth conversation is BS. Like, your net worth doesn't matter. It fluctuates with the market. It's just a pie in the sky number. Cash flow is everything. Robert Kiyosaki got this thing correct when he just keeps talking about cash flow. A lot of people give him crap because they're saying, he's in debt like billions of dollars, but it doesn't matter if you can make those payments and you're cash flowing $1 million a week, right? Your cash flow is everything. The net worth conversation is BS. I feel like it's only really had in the lower class of people who it makes them seem better. Like, oh, my net worth is 3 million, 4 million. No, but the real conversation is cash flow. Cash flow is everything. It determines the place you live. It determines where you go, the people you know, the women you date, the food you eat, how you live, how you view the world. Cash flow is everything. And you need to up your cash flow. Your net worth, anybody who tries to flex their net worth is stupid. Net worth means nothing. What kind of lifestyle can you live? There's a big difference between, making $5K a month and $50K a month, the type of lifestyle you can live. And it doesn't mean you have to, what am I trying to say? Like, flex it, right? You don't need the BMWs and the Mercedes and the watches, but it's like, what type of lifestyle, can you live? Like, right now it's a Tuesday, I'm at the beach, volleyball courts completely empty. I'm chilling, right? And, if somebody's like, oh, my net worth is 2.5 million, I own a bunch of houses, but you're only cash flowing $500 a month, that's not enough to get you free. So your net worth is BS. It's all about the cash flow. How much cash are you pulling in every month? Yeah, man, people got the game backwards. And, another thing you need to understand as well with the cash flow versus net worth, understand that the dollar is always dying. It loses its purchasing power all the time. So you always need to up your cash flow. What the heck? You always need to up your cash flow because your money is always going to be worth less in the future. Another post I seen, not really related to net worth, but somebody hit the lottery and people were praising them in the comments because they decided to take the monthly or the weekly payouts. You could either get it in one lump sum or you can get paid out every week. And instead of taking the lump sum, they took $1,000 a week payments, right? And everybody's like, oh, that's the smart thing to do, get paid $1,000 a week for the rest of your life. But if you understand that the purchasing power of the dollar loses 7% every year. So every 7 years, you're roughly around losing the purchasing power of about 49%. So roughly 50% of that money is gone every 7 years. So in 7 years, that $1,000 a week is going to be, you're only going to be able to purchase the same amount of stuff as $500 a week right now. And then it's going to half again in another 7 years. And so over time, that $1,000 a week is only going to be worth $500 a week, then $250 a week, and then $125 a week. And so, again, it's all about your cash flow, and you need to up your cash flow. Always think about upping your cash flow no matter what you're doing in this world, no matter what you're doing in life. Net worth is BS. It's a silly measuring stick, right? Always focus on your cash flow. Multiple streams of income, dividend stocks. If you can get into real estate and have it be heavy cash flow, which is really hard to do today, right? Because there's only so much you can charge people, especially today in today's environment, right? If you buy a house and your mortgage is $3,000, like there's only so much you can, dig into somebody else to try to get more money, right? Like, what are you going to do? You're going to charge them for, $5,000 a month to stay in the house? Now, if you own these bigger properties out in LA and stuff like that, they are charging like, $30,000 a month to stay in their Airbnb. But the average person can't get one of those places. But yeah, man, it's all about your cash flow. You need to up your cash flow and continuously up your cash flow. Understand that the purchasing power of the dollar is always going down. Understand that your net worth is completely BS. It's a pie in the sky number. It doesn't matter. The only thing that really matters in this fiat world is your cash flow. Multiple streams of income, dividend stocks. The whole net worth thing, that's out the door. Nobody cares if you have 4 or 5 properties worth a couple $1 million. What's your cash flow? What type of lifestyle can you live? What type of food can you eat? Are you constantly complaining that steaks are, $25 a ribeye? That's crazy to me right now. But, I went to the store and I tried to get a ribeye, and it's $25 per one ribeye. A pack of 2 is $50. And I got them because I want to eat steaks, right? But that's what it's all about. Your cash flow. What kind of food can you eat? What kind of lifestyle can you live? What kind of people can you date? Can you afford to date? The type of people you're around. That's what it's all about. Cash flow determines your lifestyle, not net worth. So, yeah, man, it's all about the cash flow. You got to get your cash flow up. And you have to constantly be building, right? If you have a job, you need to be constantly getting raises at your job. And if you don't want to do that or can't do that, you need to be figuring out how you can make money outside of your job, and getting your cash flow up. That's what it's all about. How much cash can you make every month? And the net worth conversation is dead. Now, once you get up to, net worth of 100, 200, 300 million, it doesn't really matter because your cash flow is going to be huge at that point. But any regular person that is just talking and stressing over, I got a net worth of $1 million or $2 million. And, it's funny, a lot of the times those people will still sit there and say, oh, my net worth is 2 million, but I still feel broke. It's because you got a low cash flow. You got to get your cash flow up. But yeah, man, just wanted to come on here and just talk about that net worth versus cash flow. It's all about the cash flow. That's the main point of this video. Cash flow is everything. You got to get your cash flow up. You always have to be thinking about how to get more cash flow. Especially if you're considering to stay in America full time and you're not one of those people that want to jump down into Thailand or South America or somewhere like that. A lot of people are going down to Panama, and South America, Brazil, Ecuador, all those different places. If you're going to be living in America and you're going to want to have a good lifestyle, it's all about the cash flow. Cash flow. All right, I'm going to go ahead and leave that one there. Hit a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.